So hi everyone, welcome back to Brookvalleylife, or hello for the first time. Budget bow. Is there such a thing anymore? Well, I delve into the world of budget bows, well, all bows actually. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a budget bow. I'm going to put together a mid-range bow, which is mid on the low end of mid-range nowadays. And I will also put together on my computer a top of the range bow. So the most expensive riser, most expensive limbs that I can find, and then the most expensive, all the peripherals as well, button, clicker, sight, dampers, and stabilizers. And we'll see the difference between them. Now there's no way I'm going to get the most expensive one, but I do have the budget one and the mid-range one. So I'll actually shoot those and see if I can feel any difference between the two. So stay with me and let's go and get this done. So I'm going to put 3 hours through both just to show you the speed differences. This is the budget set with the radius and the Proceed C2 limbs as well from Nika. Yeah, that's running, that's on. So let's do it. One 176. One 175. 175. So what I can say, that was very smooth all the way through. They're not the fastest limbs, but they're not bad. They're very, very good. But here we got our medium price bow, and I'll put all of the prices at the end about the price of the different bows and whatever. N3 limbs, these are supposed to be a lot faster. The ET11 Protoss riser, and just some better peripherals as well. So what I will do is I will use the same arrows. They're not the ones I will use, but just to show you the speed difference. So I'm still using the Skylon radius. One 179. Oh. Just about to shoot a VAP then. One 178. Did the same thing again. One 179. So once two scissors, that's 4. It's not as fast as I thought they were going to be, but yeah. And this, they should be shooting at 32 pound, both of them at the moment. So start off with my budget setup. As I've said, I'm one for J. You like a bit of leather wrist strap? There we go. So let's put some down. Now I'll do 3 of each actually. I will do 3 Skylon radius, and I will do 3 VAPs. haven't got a clue where these are going to go either. So I have something set up down that end. Does sound a bit like it's catching somewhere, but I haven't really set this up. Just check my center shot. It looks okay. Tight, tight. It could be just a bit too weak to shoot, but went in. Now that's quite funny because I'm aiming for the middle, but it's hitting the bottom one spot on. So the 3 radius done, now the 3 VAPs. So I'm not changing sight marks, I'm just shooting exactly the same spot just to show where they're going. Smooth, crisp, not too fast, very little feedback. So when I say very little feedback, very little vibration from this. I've got no dampers on, I've just got the Nika limbs. They're smooth anyway, but the whole setup is really, really smooth, which I quite like. I don't know what you think. Does that look good? For a beginner especially, and for the price, very, very nice. So let's swap over for the middle range. So the Protoss and the N3 limbs, these are supposed to be faster, snappier, as smooth, and it's supposed to be, the riser itself is about $200 more. So we'll start off with the 3 radius, and then we'll go on to the VAPs. I've not tuned the VAPs on this one, so it'll be good to see how they fly actually. See where these hit. That's faster. I don't care what it said through the chronograph. These are hitting up a lot higher and they're just flying a lot faster, or it seems to anyway, by my perception. That was an awful shot, sorry, but they all count. And as Stephen Hand says, the only way to get better is to practice. This is why I'm here. That was a better shot. And they grouped okay actually. Now for the VAPs. Again, I'll aim in the same spot, see what we get. But so far the bow is sounding quieter, I think the best word is. Just as smooth, very little vibration. And that put that in virtually the same place as the others. No drop, and yes, I am at 10 meters, but I will move back to 15. I can't get 18 at the moment because I've got a skipping away. Should be gone tomorrow. But the weather's supposed to turn bad tomorrow. First things first, I am going to be building myself a new string. That's the first thing. However, the middle setup, is it better than the cheapest one I've got? Yes. The risers, can you tell much difference? No. It does have a few extra features on it. Places for weights, and it has counterbalance weights just here as well, which you can add and take away. It's got a clicker plate, and I prefer clicker plates to the round thing that's on that. But that's me. Apart from that, I've got a better set of stabilizers, so it should reduce the vibration. And I've got the faster limbs, so it should theoretically shoot better than that one with me doing it. Apart from that, for a beginner, for an intermediate, Protoss C2 limbs, fantastic. It'll be good indoor bow actually. Yeah, I'm very, very impressed. But this is just going to show you the difference between a budget bow, something twice the price, and then I'll put up a price list of what I've chosen for the top of the range bow. Will that be better than this one? Of course it will. It will be a brand name, so you'll get bigger warranty on it most probably. Will the limbs be better? Comes down to the shooter. Some shooters like limbs that stack, some like smooth limbs like these where they don't stack at all, but like the Ukas. And that's what I like. I've got a set of 40-pound Ukas that I was shooting in competition before I got injured. But yeah, I like this bow. In fact, I like that bow as well. So the most expensive that I could work out came to, and I'll start with US dollars, 5,569 US dollars. That's 8,813 Australian dollars, 4,578 Great British pounds. And here in New Zealand, now you can see why we don't like buying expensive stuff, that's 9,555. That's without shipping. And you could virtually add another $500 Kiwi on top of that, so $10,000 for a top of the range set. Would it shoot well? Of course it would. But that's how much a top of the range setup, without a bow stand, without any of the stuff you're shooting with, tab, arm guard, chest guard, if whatever you use. So that is expensive. Right. So let's look at our mid-range. For the mid-range set, I got it to come out at 1,498 US dollars, or 2,371 Australian dollars, 1,231 Great British pounds, and or 2,570 New Zealand dollars where I am. So again, if I hadn't had all the bits to go with the limbs and the riser, it could have been quite expensive again, but I already had some of the stuff, which is cool. But mid-range, you're looking at about about 1,500, just under 1,500 US dollars. And that will shoot well, win your competitions. Will it shoot as well as the top of the range one? Yeah, possibly. Depends who's sitting behind the bow actually. In fact, all three of these depends who's sitting behind the bow. If you've got a crap archer with the 10 grand setup and a good archer with the cheapest setup, which I haven't even got to yet, the cheapest setup will win every time. And now we come to the budget range. And when I say budget, This is a budget for some people, and remember, this is a whole setup. It's not just a excuse me, not just a riser or a set of limbs. This is the whole setup that can get you shooting at competitions, because you can always put the bow on the ground. You need to buy a finger tab, but they're pretty cheap. Arm guard is always good to have, but again, they're pretty cheap. So this is just the bow setup. So US, $617 US, the whole setup, or 507 Great British pounds, 977 Australian dollars, or 1,060 New Zealand dollars. So for just over 1,000 New Zealand dollars, that's real good here. Again, none of this is with shipping. You can get yourself a fantastic setup that can get you into competition and will last you many years. I've shot it outside. You've seen me shooting them, and I like it. The grip is fantastic on the riser. The limbs are smooth, stable. They shoot very, very well, and the arrows are an extremely good arrow. I do like the Skylon arrows, I must admit. They're very good, very cheap, and they work extremely well. Which would you go for? Let me know in the comments. It'd be good to know. So if this video has been informative, showing you that there is good stuff you can buy out there for a budget price, and I say a budget, but somebody's budget for say $1,000 NZ will be an expensive setup. And yes, $1,000 is a lot of money, don't get me wrong, especially with today's cost of living. Us here in New Zealand, we have to pay for all the transport to get the stuff here, and when you try and buy the locally produced stuff, it's usually more expensive than the stuff they bring in from overseas. It's crazy, and it just seems that shop owners want to fleece people over here. You would have thought if you can get it cheaper, sell it cheaper, you'll sell more of it and get more of a profit in the end. But that's just me being common sense again, sorry. So budget, middle range, most expensive. At the moment, I like shooting the middle of the range one, but that budget one is extremely good. So if you've enjoyed this, having a look at all of them, please hit the like, subscribe, share with your friends, all the other good things you can do on YouTube. I will catch you next time. Keep shooting as I need to. It's getting better and better, and now I've found the right spine arrow. Things are going well. So catch you next time. Keep shooting. Bye bye for now.